Hi there everyone. Joanna has written into YouTube asking how to go about finding a baby name for her new baby. This is such a fun question. Finding a baby name is a real thing, for parents. And for me, I know that I spent a lot of time thinking about what kind of name I wanted, looking on websites, looking in books. So here's what I want to recommend. First, I would start with the internet and I would start with websites. And maybe there's a certain type of name that you are considering, such as in my example, we have Irish family, we have Swedish family. So I did look at some of those names to see if I got some inspiration. You also can look and see on the Social Security Administration's website, what were the most popular, I think it goes up to a couple hundred baby names each year. So if there's a name you particularly like, you can see, how popular that name was, or it might give you some ideas about what kind of names other people are liking. After that, I really used some amazing books, which I really liked. And here's kind of what we did, and I hope this is helpful. I actually really wanted names that were a bit classic, but also sort of different. But then I was worried that my kids wouldn't like those names. So for their second names, I gave them very, very, traditional family names, thinking that if ever they didn't like the first name, they could use the second family name so that they would kind of have an option. I don't know if that's appealing to you. And I guess I would say you can kind of do this in three ways. One, you can do a name that's completely different. Two, you can do a name that's pretty classic. And three, you can do a family name. So we kind of did a combination of doing a different name and a family name. And from the text of this video on my site, I'm going to link through to another video I did about our baby names and how we chose them. So anyway, I hope this is helpful to you. Have fun with the whole thing. Oh, and here's one other piece of advice. I actually recommend really trying to have a sense of what baby name you like before you go to the hospital or the birthing center to have your baby, or maybe you're having a home birth, and here's why. A lot of people say you need to see the baby to make a decision, but I found that with all the hormones and everything going on, that once the baby, was with us, I really got a little wacky and I was considering names that I otherwise really wouldn't have considered. So I'm actually a big fan of having a, at least like a top list before you go in. And I was like calling people, calling my sister, calling friends, interviewing nurses. Like it got a little out of control. And with one baby, we actually left the hospital a good 3 or 4 hours after we could have, because we couldn't settle upon a name. We were between Annalise and Analia. And one of my best friends, Melissa, had a daughter named Annalise. My husband thought that she would be offended if we essentially took her baby name. So from New York Hospital, I had to get her on the phone and ask her permission. And she was so lovely about it. I'll never forget it. And I love her dearly. So anyway, we both have an Annalise. And that was the right name for us. And I'm glad we chose it. So I'm glad I made that phone call, even though by that point my husband was like ready to he was so angry at me. So anyway, I hope this is helpful to you. Keep me posted on what you choose. Best of luck finding a baby name, and best of luck with your new baby.